We'll call the January meeting of the Anderson County Board of Education to order. If you will stand, our pledge tonight will be led by Audrey Wood.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first item is we get to recognize some guests and give out some money. That's always good.
Exactly right.
So tonight, we're here to recognize our overall Teacher of the Year and our Supervisor of the Year and our Principal of the Year. So as I call your name, will you come forward? Tonight, we will be presenting you with a $200 check from U-Trust money. So the first one would be for our elementary school Teacher of the Year, Kelsey Minselfield. You come on. She is a teacher at Morris Elementary School.
She's so young.
So thank you.
Congratulations. Stay up here. We'll do a big-
Congratulations. Let's get one of you and then right here. Come right here. Come right here. Yep. Good deal. Just stay right here. All right? And our one for middle school is from Norwood Middle School is Kim Dalton. You will come first. I'll give your speech in just a minute.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, yes, we're getting in the mix. Deal. And our, for high school, from Anderson County High School, Derek Wallace. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Probably should have took my coat.
Oh,
You can if you want.
all right. And then, and these, what is good about these are picked by their peers and their principals and everything, and that's how we're picked. And we're so excited. Our principal of the year is Shauna Woodruff. Come on up. Norwood Middle School.
Thank you, sir.
Come right on in here. And then our supervisor of the year, sometimes known as my work wife, Miss Susie Smith. Come on up here. She keeps me straight.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Deal. So now I want y'all to come on and stand right up here. We're going to get one of all of you.
Okay.
Come on up here.
These teachers look so young.
I know.
Thank
Beauty and the Beast.
They do.
How's your kids?
Well, I taught Shauna, so.
Okay.
Good job. Thank you. Congratulations on you. Good job.
Thank you.
One other thing, our U-Trust, so our schools picked the principal and then they were picked out of that. And then on February the 15th of this year, and I think this next month, we will have a banquet at First Baptist of Clinton, and they will be honored. Everybody will be honored that day. So again, congratulations. You're doing an amazing job.
February 15th. February 15th.
February 15th, yes, it'll be a lunch, and we'll get you all an invitation to that.
Lunch, okay.
All right. We had no one registered to be heard tonight, so we'll move on to the approval of the agenda.
Second.
A motion's been made and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Next item is approval of the consent agenda.
I don't see anything new.
Yeah, anybody want to pull anything off there for discussion?
I need to add one thing to the to the regular agenda, and I'm sorry about, and I talked to, we have been asked to be part of a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against the big multimedia companies. There's a lot of these companies out there because they are targeting our younger students, that a lot of things on there about suicide and about just bullying and things like that. So I sent that. It's through Lewis and Thompson. Chris McCarty is part of that lawsuit that helps us with special ed laws. I sent that to Mr. Cantrell and had him look over it, and his only concern was, do we have to pay anything? So I called them back and said there's no charge. Nobody, we will never be charged for it. The only way they will get paid is if they get money back. So what we would have to do on our action items would be, do you approve to join the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit against multimedia companies?
All right, so
Do we
we'll add
need
that
to do
as,
that separately, or?
Yeah, separately at the end.
yeah, we'll add it as item B under action
I
items.
apologize for that. I meant to
No
tell you that
worries.
up front.
You need a motion, or?
For the consent.
Need a
No,
motion to add
This will
it?
be the regular agenda.
We need a motion to add,
So, yeah, the
Motion to
motion
change
we've
the
already
agenda.
passed. We need to
to
amend.
change the agenda, to amend the agenda.
What?
Yeah, you'll need
We
a
gotta
motion to
amend
add
the
it to
motion
the
we just
agenda.
did.
I make a motion, we enjoin with the lawsuit with, what's the firm?
Well, just add it to the agenda.
We're just adding it to the
Okay.
agenda.
Yep.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion saying to add the social media lawsuit to the regular agenda.
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. All right, now we're back to the consent agenda,
You need a motion to approve.
unless there's items to be pulled off of it.
I make a motion, we approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion and second to approve consent agenda. Any discussion? Not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. There was no executive approval for this month. Comments from the chair, I would just remind everybody of the conflict of interest form that is due by January 31st for all elected officials. So make sure you get that in. On that same day is our deadline for retreat topics, so things you want to talk about at our board retreat. We need those by January 31st. And while we're speaking of retreat, I want to make clear the retreat is held in this room with food catered in. It is not a luxury retreat anywhere. It is just a working meeting that we do once a year. The other comment I would make is concerning the joint resolution that was passed by every legislative body and every school board in Anderson County. All 6 entities have approved that. I think the Clinton City School Board did it with executive approval, but I think they're actually officially doing that tonight. That's 48 local elected representatives. 46 of those voted in favor of it. So that was the message we wanted to send to Nashville. So I won't say any more about that, but that's probably best. All right, then we have the, just to notice, above and beyond awards were celebrated through our schools. And then we have our perfect attendance award.
We have none for this.
We have none for this. Okay, that's right, because it was,
Short.
all right, short. Moving on to comments from one student board member. Y'all are switching out, only coming
Yep.
one at a time,
Yeah.
right? All right, Audrey, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. It's been a little slow coming back from Christmas break, as it always is, but 3 weeks in, we're getting back to our little routine and intend going as fast as we can to get to our next break, but such is life. As far as sports go, our basketball season and our wrestling and swim seasons are all coming to a close. We are entering our tournaments for basketball and wrestling. That being said, our spring sports are opening back up, so our baseball, our tennis, our softball, track and field. All of those athletes are in the conditioning phases and looking forward to being able to perform again. As far as clubs go, our drama club is getting prepared for their spring performance, and as well as our choir and our ensemble. Our our Student Government Association is preparing for a pep rally, boost a little bit of school spirit for our upcoming basketball homecoming game, and then we're also planning a winter formal we're looking forward to, especially us girls. That's the nature of it. ROTC has done pretty well these past couple weeks. We got 3rd place at our qualifying drill meet out of 10 schools in the Knoxville area. Pretty impressive. The best we've done is the past 1 years, actually. We're just having fun and doing the best we can. So thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. What's the drama presentation, do you think?
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay. Classic.
Very. They do a good job.
Yep, yep. Thank you, Augie. Next item is the director's report.
Thank you. Just a few things on the statewide vouchers. Alexis and me are working together to send out a memo from the 3 board members, the 3 school board and through the everybody, and send to all the legislators along with a copy of the resolution. So we'll be working on that next week. We've had some really good input from people in the community. We've also had some really good input from some of our legislators. I am concerned about some of our legislators that just, if they say it's a Republican thing, they do it. If they say it's a Democrat, they do it. They don't think of the impact it has on our students. One of the things, if you read and if people are listening, the people that take the vouchers, if you look at the states that have done it, 75% of the students that take those vouchers have never been in public education. So the estimate for Tennessee would be if those students get those voucher money, and they would take it. If you're a parent going to private school, why wouldn't you take it if they're going to give it to you? The first year it would cost the state of Tennessee $850 million. If only 10% of our students in public education move to that also, that goes to over $1.3 billion. And so that money has to come from somewhere, and chances are it will come from public education, and that's what we're against. We talked last month about the state had changed the accountability system and moved every school to a single letter grade. I handed out those letter grades on Monday night. We do have some schools under the old accountability system that we found out last week for our reward school status. We're going to be finding those out. We already know, we think who they are, but we'll wait on them. And I'm going to bring back a proposal next month to see if we can do something for our schools that got an A and our schools that got a reward status, because those are the best 3 to 5% of schools in our state. So I think we need to recognize that hard work. And so we give them, if they're a level 5, me and the director, we take out cake and ice cream and we kind of celebrate it, but it would be good to have something that comes to the board and really recognize them for what the hard work they did. Student enrollment, it is, kindergarten is up to 381, so we realize when we're at 400, we're fully enrolled, so we're getting close to that number. It keeps moving on up. 12th grade's at 501. We've had 18 early graduates now. And so those students graduate at Christmas, they move on either into full-time at college, or they'll move on into a job or something like that. But they've already they still get to come back and walk the line if they want to. But a lot of those students are about half of those students go through a special program because for some reason they've got behind, and we really work hard with getting those students in. And so I think that number is going to continue to rise as our students are, I think COVID changed a lot of things with students going to school 4 years in high school. They want to try to get out and move on. It's like everything else, everything changes, and we need to change with the times. So that's something we've got some people looking into. Just to give you some numbers, we in Anderson County right now, there's 83 independent homeschool students, and there's 965 church-related school and non-public school students that are registered for Anderson County, in Anderson County. So you're thinking right at 1,000.
Repeat those numbers, they're unbelievable.
83 independent and 965 church-related school or non-public. Now that includes Oak Ridge and Clinton City and all of Anderson County.
That's
Yep. For some reason, if you look, and we'll talk about budget a little later, I'm not sure what happened to the revenues for property tax in December. We've always, over the last 20 years, I've looked back, we've always got 3 to 4 million in property tax. In December, I think it's when all the people that have mortgage payments gets paid. Well, some reason this year it's down. We are down almost $3 million in property tax. So it looks like I think we're down, but I wouldn't get too concerned about it because I think the projections, we will make our projections.
And we discussed that Monday night.
Yeah, kind of one of those things. The expenditures, though, are right at 46.13%. We're halfway through the year, so our expenditures are right on. ESSER funds are going to end next year. I think that's going to be, we'll have to figure that out. As you know, we were sued by Patriot Restoration. That was the group that went in and cleaned up Lake City Elementary School when they had the flood back last Christmas. There was some things that our regular people couldn't get it done. You have to have a new company come in. There was some concerns about they overcharged our insurance company, and that lawsuit has been settled now for $25,000. We paid what they had said we owed, so there was no lawyer fees or anything like that that we had to pay on their side, and it's been settled. We did get another one. I got served with another one this week. This is a student at CRCS that a year ago caught her finger in a door and mashed it, and the parents now are suing us. That one has been turned over to our insurance carrier, so they have put a lawyer in place and everything, so everything will go through them. So other than that, there is no more of them out there. So let's hope that stays like that. Just a couple of things on the building projects. We're still waiting on the traffic study for Claxton. The principal has scheduled those visits on the design. They've not been, it's kind of a tricky situation. We have to have kind of a really good estimate on what the school's going to cost before we can go into a contract with MBI. We believe we have that now because we've got something from Cumberland Securities. We think the estimate is right around $20 million. And so that contract will be signed and we will get moved on that. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yes, it's a lot.
What about the other property out there for the excess on Edgemore?
Okay, the one on Edgemore, we are closing on that next week. So we will get that money, and we hope that money that we get on there will offset enough to buy the easements that we need for the Claxton School. So that's what we hope that funds will.
Okay.
Yep.
That's from Oak Ridge, right?
Yeah, that's from Oak Creek. And and I got a call this today about whether we needed it at county commission, so I don't know if I have to get it approved over there or not, but it's Jay Yeager, the law director, is working on that intergovernment agreement, and I think he sent it to me and Scott. So it's kind of a transfer, you know what I'm saying, from one government entity to the other one. I've got, as the softball field, that long process, we finally got final plot plan approval from the city of Clinton on Monday night. It has everything on it. It has the locker rooms, it has the concession stand, it has the where the bleachers go, it has everything on it. So
That batting cage.
yeah, the batting cage, everything is on that. We are now, when I met with Clay yesterday, we're going to get the building permit for the concession stand before we bid it out. Last time we bid the building out and then we got the permit. Well, there were so many things that changed on the permit, it just didn't work right. The biggest concern right now is the way the sod was put down on the outfield, and whether we're going to be able to play on it. I've talked with the coach and Mr. Quinn about that, and we'll try to get some people to come out, and some people that are smarter than I am, that's what they do, to tell us what we need to do with that. again, and I know everybody's frustrated, and I get frustrated. It's like American Sports Field. They were supposed to have been out there 3 weeks ago to start the infield and the warning track, and they don't show up. And so we've got to decide, and the coach, we've got to decide if we're going to cancel them and get another bid and do those things. The concrete pad is there. GCE was supposed to have the building materials there on site last week. They've not showed up. They didn't work today. So I don't know. I plan on meeting with the team next week and with Coach Sams and talking to them and trying to get a plan moving forward. So ESG project, that is the new sewer systems at Dutch Valley and Briceville. We'll be bringing something back in February. Had been going to the county commission to try to get some funding for that. I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to maybe change the way we're going to do Briceville. Instead of doing a complete new system, the engineers with ESS are looking at if we can completely rebuild the system that we've got there to make it up, to bring it back up to bring everything into compliance and see where we're at with that. Because we don't want to, I'm not going to ask you all to do something we don't have funds to do. And right now, we don't have $1 million to put into that. I don't feel comfortable with doing that. I do want to say, I know inclement weather is upon us, and we have a group that decides that, and we take that very seriously. And I know there's probably people watching to see what's going to happen tomorrow, and we're going to try to make a final decision here in just a little while and see where we're at with that.
Is it supposed to snow tomorrow or something?
It is not, but the winds, they're supposed to, they're predicting 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, and we just got some information that the service, Mr. Myers, what they call the National Weather Service has put out a warning about vehicles that are above height. That wind could be a problem with that.
Yeah.
And when we look, the most intense time is going to be from about 2 to 4 tomorrow. So.
I noticed Knox County and Campbell County out, and I didn't know why.
Yep.
So that's why.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I'll take any questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
The ESSER funds that are stopping next year.
Yes.
Is that the BDP budget?
No, this is what we got when we had COVID, and they gave us the extra money. It's called the American Rescue Plan, but it's the Emergency Elementary, Secondary, Safe Schools or something. I don't know. They've got some. They have a different name, but it come out of COVID money. That's what it's called.
It will be missed.
It will be missed, yes. We did a lot of things with it. I'll give you a final list of it at the board retreat, but man, we've done some great things with that money. Really and truly to help our schools and help our students and our staff.
Do we own Dragon Drive now?
We do own Dragon Drive. That is all under one deed. We hope that Alex McGrew Engineering has been over there surveying for the last week. We have to get a new plot plan that has everything on it so we can submit it back to the city of Clinton so we can get the permit to build our CTE building there. So we hope to do that in February.
In February, we plan to start it.
We hope, yes. I won't say 100% because,
You know better.
yes,
Depends on who's over it.
yes.
The road into Clinton High School,
Yes.
have we always been responsible for the upkeep of that road, or has the city done it?
No, the city,
So what happens now? We have to do that?
I don't think in the last 25 years it's probably not had anything done to it anyway.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't understand how they took care of the road, but it wasn't, I don't understand how that wasn't our property anyway, because we bought that. We bought all that.
Yep.
I
At one time, there wasn't I guess there wasn't a fence, and then they allowed us to put a fence on, and then for 10 or 12 years, there wasn't even a fence where you could get out on the other road.
Well,
It
when
did.
we bought it, there wasn't a road there, so.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions of the director? All right. Well, I've lost my agenda, there it is. We had our workshop on Monday night, we had a short list. Most of those things we talked about were covered under the consent agenda, sports schedules, the bus contracts. I think that's about it.
That's it.
So,
Softball field.
yeah, we talked about the softball field.
On that tonight.
We already, it was on the consent agenda. Transportation,
I mean, it's not an action item.
no. So, that was it, plus the finance stuff. Any other comments on the retreat or on the workshop? All right, the other things that we did were the financial report, so I'll turn that over to you.
Okay, we didn't have any appropriations for January. We did have 3 transfers from preschool. They went over those Monday night. The one was for transfer funds for salary and equipment, $34,476.84. The other one was the same thing, was $12,305.61, and the last one was for salaries, supply needs was $22,673.81. And then you also have I get to it. You have an addendum.
It's
We
appropriation.
is to this one actually is an appropriation. We'll have to go back to that one. We'll have to do a roll call vote on that. That one doesn't have to go across the street, but this is to appropriate money that is used not in our school systems, but it's used for the Norris Academy. And Ms. Oakley has really been working with them. She's been meeting with state people. She's been meeting with local people. She even met with people out west and finally got this to where we are confident that the money's going to be used for what it's appropriated for. So that's why they're coming back and appropriating
Now,
it.
it's
So
for what?
it's for Norris
Oh,
Academy.
that
Yep.
school, or whatever is in Norris.
Yeah, in Norris. It's the one that is out there in the industrial park now.
Mhm.
Yes.
But it's not part of the school system.
It's not part of our school system, but because they are a school that has special needs and their title, they they receive Title I money, so, yeah,
So this is just running it through.
run us through.
Is it a
And
private school or is it?
it is a private school for special needs students. Yep. So I guess we'll need to vote on the appropriation of $82,371.82 to start with.
All right, any questions on that? You've already asked your questions,
already
haven't you? Any other
That's the
discussion?
first time on that one. isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. All right, let me entertain a motion to approve that appropriation.
I'll make a motion, we approve the addendum motion number 1.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve addendum number 1.
I don't understand where where's the money going?
It will go to that school. It will come from the state, which is coming from the federal. It flows through us and goes to them. But what had happened over the last 4 or 5 years, they've never used it because we've called them and they said, hey, you have this money. Well, they never did anything. So now they have a plan to use it. So now we have to appropriate it. And that's why we've never appropriated it before.
Is this gonna be an ongoing thing?
It will be an ongoing thing, yep.
But we're just a pass-through.
We're just a pass-through, yep.
Is it similar to the Oak Ridge Preschool, how that's?
Yes,
handled?
the Oak Ridge Preach the same way, yes.
I was thinking private schools do not have to go through federal or state. They don't have to go by their guidelines or anything.
Yes.
They do if money's involved.
Hey, it's a neglected facility, so it's students who have been neglected, and the state have like, they've been in DCS as and they have recommended them
Okay.
to
Yeah.
that school.
Okay.
And so, some are from out of state, some are like, they are there because they were neglected and courts have gotten involved.
Okay.
And so federal funds are given to those schools, and so they run them through the district.
So that's when the federal kicks in, is if they're in that situation? Okay.
Are
they-
Thank
They're
you.
on money, and it just comes through Title I.
Okay.
And we're responsible for working with them on spending that money.
Okay, thank you.
Are these students in state custody?
Some are,
Some are.
not all of them. They have 44 students there right now, and some are from Tennessee, and some are from other states. They're called, gosh, some are from pretty far away. But they'll be in, and they don't, I mean, they're in for just periods of time. Some may be in for a year, some may be in for 6 weeks. And so a lot of them, there's court cases with them, and so we provide money for the educational side.
It's a rehabilitation program.
Sometimes, yes, they just all kind of have different situations. Some don't have families, and some are in a situation where they are there because of behaviors that aren't being controlled at schools and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
I can see this is gonna be a mess if that thing passes in Nashville and they get their pot of private money.
And we don't get any of it. Yeah, yep, yep. Listen.
But it'll pass through us.
Yep,
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
yep. I agree 100% with that.
Call government,
Yeah,
get
well,
their
from the
hands in
federal
it.
But we
government.
still
Yep.
have to approve it, so you need.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yep, yep.
So we have
Sorry.
we have a motion and a second. This is a roll call vote.
Yes, Mr. Bell,
Aye.
Mr. Gillum Waters,
Aye.
Ms. Langdenberg,
Aye.
Ms. Portwood, Ms. Williams,
Aye.
Dr. Burrow.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, the next item are the 3 transfers, 2A, 2B, and 2C, that were all preschool. Is there a motion to accept those?
I move we accept
Second.
3 transfers.
Motion and second, any discussion? Not all in favor of approving transfers 2A, 2B, and 2C, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, easy enough. And that was the addendum. The next item is the social media lawsuit that
Social
we
media
added
lawsuit.
to the agenda.
And I will send you all a copy of that.
You already,
Did I send it to you? Did I send it to
you
you?
may have just sent it to me. Everybody else good?
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I will.
Okay, yeah, let's,
I will send it out to you.
Okay.
But it's kind of one of those things that we were part of the Jewel lawsuit, and, you know, they got some money out of it, but we didn't get any, it didn't cost us anything. But at some point, it will help us down the road, I hope.
right. Well, you know, I don't know that we need any money or want any money.
Yep.
It's, the social media is having such an impact on students, both
Yes.
positive and negative, but
Yes.
there's an awful lot of negative things out there that if we can stop it or slow it down or put some precautions in place.
Yes,
I
put
think
some
that would be
guardrails in
the-
place.
yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing we're
Yeah.
talking about is
Yeah.
guardrails. Yep.
I don't have a problem being a part of that. So, do we want to talk about that at the retreat? Or
Well,
do
we need to go
wanna
ahead and,
jump
we
on
need to
it
go
now?
ahead and approve it, and then I can get some information. He's gonna send me a PowerPoint on it that I'll send out that talks more about it, but if I can get it approved so they can move forward with that.
Oh, okay. Is there a motion to move forward with this? Is this actually joining the lawsuit?
Yeah, this is actually joining the class action lawsuit. Knox County's in it, Sevier County's in it, Campbell, I think there's probably about 60-something districts in the state that is already signed on.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
There's a motion and second that we join this class action
This is
lawsuit.
a lawsuit.
Yeah, but we won't have, it won't be anything that we have to do.
No pay from us or
No,
anything.
nothing.
All right, any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
See,
That is done. Anything else to come before the board tonight? If not, we will be adjourned.
How about our
Is
retreat?
the